Hello friends, welcome to another session of Data Engineering SQL interview questions. So today our topic is slowly changing dimension SCD type 2. So as most of we have heard about this term slowly changing dimension. So basically this term was given to understand what type of data we are going to capture in our tables. So this is a short definition of this slowly changing dimension type 2, where it says that it is a data warehousing design pattern used to track historical changes in dimension data over time. So basically it is tracking all the historical changes, what happens to one row since beginning till date, okay, and over time how it is being updated and all. So going further, instead of overwriting old data when an attribute changes, SCD2 creates a new row for the modification, allowing you to preserve the full history of changes. Basically, instead of overwriting the data, we are creating a new row to track the full history of the changes. Okay, that is the main purpose. So we will see this further how it is being tracked. So let's get started with practicals so that you better understand how this happens in real time. So I have created one database. So I'll go to use this database using this command use retail. Retail is the database name. Okay, I am running this. So I can run it through this, or we can use shift enter. So as most of you know, if you have seen my previous lecture, that this UI I'm using as Databricks free edition. So you can also register for that. It is a very easy step. You can register it and use it for your day-to-day practice purpose. So as I've run this, so now whatever I'll be creating, it will be created under this retail database. So now let me create one table first. So this data is a general event data where we will be having event ID, employee ID, name, department, salary, event time, event type. Okay, so event type will be generally insert, update, and delete. So based on this, we can understand what type of data it is, whether it is a insert data will be like fresh record. So first time if any data is coming, that will be having insert record. So if I talk about the event times in terms of event type, so if it is an insert record, means that will be having the least event time, basically minimum event time, and the delete will be the last event of that particular employee, so that will be having max event time. I hope that makes sense. So if you see this data, let's say this data is having insert and 2 updates and 1 delete. So first record is having 1st January 2022, and second update is 15th March 2023. Third record again update is happening on September 2023. So there will be some changes in the data. As you can see, from this record to second record is having some salary changes. Second record to third record, there is a department changes, right? And the last record is delete record. So delete record is actually, it is not a transaction, but sometimes it may have some data changes as well. So here we are considering delete also as a transaction. Okay, this will be having maximum event time, and this is having insert is having minimum event time. And this is for second employee, which is 102, is having insert and update, these two records. So let me run this without any delay. So let me run it through this icon here. Okay, so this has run now. So let me validate whether this data has been inserted here. So I am giving a fully full name of retail dot employee events. So this is called fully qualified path basically. Yeah, as you can see, all the data, all the records are inserted, and we can see based on the event time. Now this is a simple data which is basically being generated from upstream. Now to convert this into SCD type 2, okay, so SCD type 2 will be having some additional columns. What are they? So we have to understand from which date to which date, to from date and to date basically. Okay, so let's say this record, okay, first record is valid from 1st January 2022. Definitely this is created on this event time, so this will be the from date. Okay, so what will be the next event time? So from that time, if we do minus 1 second, so that will be our valid till. So first record will be having valid till the next record's event time minus 1 second. I hope this makes sense. Okay, so for first record, if I say what will be the valid till is 15th March 2023 9:59, because this event time is 10. So just minus 1 second will do. So that will be valid 2, right? Valid 2 will be that event time minus 1 second. Okay. And after that, we have to also see if we have this next record available for this employee ID or not, for based on this event time. So this event time, if we sort this out, so this is already sorted, I believe. So if we have next record for this employee ID based on this event time, if yes, then this will not be our current row. This is current row is false. So we have 3 columns basically: from date, to date, and is current. So we will see it further. So I hope you understood what I meant to say, but if not, then you will understand it now. So I'm going to show the actual SQL how we have to transform this data into SCD type 2. So this is our query for the transformation. So this employee ID, name, department, salary, event time. So event time, as I said, event time will be our valid from, right? So we have renamed this to valid from. Now event type, I have kept it so we understand for now what type of event it is, whether it is an insert, update, or delete, just for our understanding, but this can be removed later. This is not required in SCD type 2. Okay, we'll remove it at the end. Okay, so now next thing, so now we have valid from. Now we have to also find valid to. Valid to will be, as I said, the next records. So next records. So for first record, the next record is 15th March. So from this event, minus 1 second we have to do. So to build this logic, we have to find out this event time first of all. So to find this event time, what we have used is lead. Lead is one of the function which will be help us to find out the next event time of the current row. Okay, so here we are saying, don't worry about this case statement, I will tell you later. So just understand this: lead event time over. Okay, this is window function, as we all know a little bit maybe. So now partition by if employee ID, basically for one employee ID, we want to see what is the next event time, right? What is the next event time of this particular employee ID based on what? Order by event time. Okay, event time it will be ascending order because we are not giving, so by default it will be ascending. So lead event time over partition by employee ID order by event time will give us the next event time, next row's event time of the same employee ID. I hope this makes sense. So basically this will pull this record, this value basically 15th March 10 a.m. right? Okay. Now as we have already understood, we have to do minus 1 second. So minus interval 1 second. So that will give us 15th March 2023 9:59 a.m. right? So I hope this is clear. So this part I hope it is clear. So now let's understand this case statement, why we wrote this case statement. So I said if this event type is not equal to delete, okay, so as we all know, as I have already discussed, delete will be our last record. It won't be having any next record from here. Okay, so in that case, if it is not equal to delete, then in that case we are taking this. Okay, if it is not delete, then I'm saying mark it as, sorry, if it is not delete, then take this. If it is delete, then mark it as null. Okay, I hope this makes sense. So this is one thing that we did. I for our to be more accurate, we have used this coalesce function. So coalesce function, as we all know, this will be used for if it is a null value. If it is a null here, so we take the next value. So with comma separated, we have to provide the next value. In the next value, what we did, case when event type is equal to delete. Okay, this was for not delete. It is for delete. If it is equal to delete, then event time. Okay, so if it is event time is equal to delete, then event time. Okay, and else we are saying just mark it as maximum date. Okay, maximum date will be 31st of December 9999. This is something that we have to hard code, because if it is, let's say, equal to delete, then event time we have to take because that is the last record, right? And else we have to do the maximum possible date here. I hope this makes sense, and that will come into valid 2. Now we'll see by running this how the data looks like. Now we have this valid 2 logic built here. Okay, the next thing we have to find out what is the is current value. Is current is whether this is a current record or not. So to find out, again we have built this case statement. Case when lead event time over partition by employee ID order by event time is null. If it says if the event time of next record is null, in that case we say this is the current record. Okay, then true means it's a current record, means we don't have any other value next to this current record, so that will be mostly the end of the record, right? In that case we marked it as true, and else it is a false. So that seems to be very complicated, but it is very simple. Let me run this and we will then discuss further. Okay, I ran this. Now we have this data, so let us analyze this, what we have got. So for first record, as we have discussed before as well, so 1st January 2022 is our valid from, and this event type is a insert operation, and as the next record is having 15th March 2023 10 a.m. Now this has taken 1 second before time. and as we have the next record of this employee ID, so it has marked this is current as false. Let's see the next record 101 again, and we have this start valid from is 15th March 2023 10 a.m. The next record will be 1 second before this, right, before valid from of next record. So from here it is 8 a.m. This has taken 7:59 a.m. The same thing. So let's see the last record now 101, and this is 30th June 2024 and 30th June 2024 only, because this is delete record. Delete record will be having, if it is a delete record, we have already built that logic, then we are taking event time as our valid 2. So from this date to same date will be having valid 2, right? If it is not delete, in that case we have built a logic which will be having the maximum record, maximum time, if it is not a delete, right? So this, let's see this. Yeah, so this is the one. Okay, so this is our next logic which is taking it up properly. So I hope this makes sense and I could able to explain you properly. So I think for now that's it. Thank you so much for your time. See you again with another video. Thank you.